So as a dental student, most of my life revolves around studying. But believe it or not, I do have things called hobbies, and believe it or not, they're not side hustles. Now, first and foremost, even though I am in the medical field, I do believe that I consider myself a multi-passionate person. Although the thing about being in dental school, especially now that I'm in my 4th year, it is hard to pursue those creative pursuits when you have to pretty much dedicate most of your time to study. Like, it's literally so challenging to do art when you have a course that demands all your attention and your energy and everything. Just like an unplanned baby. But with good time management, I'm still able to pursue all of these things on the side, even while I'm busy with dental school. Heck, that's even how I upload on my main channel, even though I'm really busy with medical dental school. I wanted this video to be a bit more intimate. I wanted to show you guys what pretty much goes in each element that goes in my room, because quite literally, there are so many things that I've changed about my studio, my room, that I want to share with you guys. And I feel like there is an interesting story behind each element, and it's not gonna be like your just regular tour where I just describe literally things that are on my room. I wanted to show you guys the story behind all this and my journey of pursuing art while in dental school and, you know, achieving everything in between. So today I'm going to be touring you guys 3 rooms. I want to show you guys what my studio looks like for my art, for my music, for pretty much creation in general. My room where I do my journaling, my studying, my pretty much admin work, and my attic where I do home gym stuff, although I will explain why I don't really use my home gym anymore. So I'm pretty excited. Welcome to my room tour of 2026. Except it's a room tours because it's multiple rooms. Anyway, let's get straight into it with... Oh yeah, why am I going anywhere? I'm gonna start with the studio. Alright, let's go. Welcome to the place where I do art and music. I wanted to dedicate a room for my craft for art and music because I just feel like having a place to really cultivate ideas and really just have a place for me to focus on creative stuff I feel like was really important to me. So this used to be a gym. There used to be mirrors over there. There used to be dumbbells over there. And there was like a bench. You might be thinking, Kai, this is the perfect place to study. No, I don't study here. I study in my room, which I will get to later. Alright, first things first. Let's say you want to film something. Let's say you want to film a YouTube video. Or let's say you're coming over and you want to steal all my cameras. Well, this is your answer. So this is a dry cabinet that contains pretty much all my lenses and all my cameras. So currently I have 5 Canon lenses inside and I have 2 cameras. I have a camera coming in as well. So this is pretty much where I store all of my gear, my camera gear, my lenses, my gimbal, pretty much any gadget that I use for filming, I keep it right here. The reason why I opted to buy a dry cabinet because I do live in a place that's very humid. In the Philippines, I live in a place called Baguio. Baguio is basically a place in the Philippines that is situated on top of the mountain. So literally it's raining all day. It is literally so gloomy all the time and it is so freaking humid. Like, mold is so prevalent in this city. So to prevent future mold damages and to prevent mold from growing on my camera gear, I bought this little cabinet because, you know, I don't want my stuff breaking. Which brings me to this lovely couch. Hi, yes, hello, my name is Seth and I'm literally on this couch right now. So the main problem, especially when I invited friends over to the studio if I wanted to jam with them or if I just wanted to show them some music projects, was that they didn't really have anywhere to sit. And another problem was that every time I wanted to jam on guitar or just listen to music or just, you know, be creatively inspired, I didn't have any place to sit. Well, I solved that problem. We recently found this place that sold furniture and basically I found this couch that was the perfect dimension for the studio because the problem was that this studio is not that big. So I couldn't find a couch that was small enough. Thankfully, that place had so many couch options and this was the one I picked. I freaking love it. I don't know. Although, funny story, you'd expect that, you know, buying this couch made me infinitely more creative. But literally yesterday, I just spent the whole day lounging on it and doom scrolling. Maybe this couch was not a good idea. Speaking of art, So these were the first two posters that I actually ever made in my life. And originally I was supposed to purchase these poster designs online, but then, you know, I didn't want to pay money, so I just made it myself. These are two poster albums of music that I really like. However, the reasons for making them are different. So first we have Foster the People. You might be familiar with one of their songs, Pumped Up Kicks. I love that song, favorite songs. And this was actually the first album that I've listened to fully, like when I was young. However, design-wise, I do feel like my favorite one is Keshi's album Requiem, so I made this as well. The main reason why I chose this album to print is because this album, for his music career basically, is sort of his stepping stone from becoming an indie artist to an actual mainstream artist. So if you listen to one of his songs, which is Amen, the first opening song, you'll notice that the way he produced it, or the way it was produced, was very, it was meant for performance, basically. The song basically talks about how he was chasing glory, how he chased fame, and, you know, the costs of chasing these kinds of things. But, you know, at that point, he's starting to act like God, basically, or something like that. And my interpretation was, you know, he has this artistic drive to really just push the boundaries, to just really get that fame, get that glory and everything, you know, as an artist. So I think this really reflects how I feel with how I want to treat my music career. I want to really chase that glory, chase that, you know, that high of chasing that peak. I don't know, I know it's not a very healthy goal, but to me it's something I really do care about when it comes to music. So that's why I, you know, printed this album. Moving on to the, oh my god, I'm drifting way too far. All right, so moving on, this is the work studio itself. This is my computer that I use pretty much for all of my work, all of my creative work, all of my videos and everything. I pretty much do them all here. And I also bought a new chair. I don't know if you guys can see that. You guys can see that. It's out of frame. Yeah, I bought a new chair. Yeah. It's a more smaller chair and I feel like it's much more better, so I can play guitar. I don't have to worry about a big clunky chair. So yeah, every time I do want to make music, every time I want to work on a video, every time I work on a script, every time I want to make a poster, anything artistic, anything autistic, I'm just kidding. Anything related to that, I do that right here. We have a widescreen monitor also for that purpose. So yeah, if you guys are wondering what music program I use or what DAW I use Ableton 12. So Ableton 12 Suite. Sweet. But yeah, this is definitely a skill that I need to be building. I haven't been producing consistently. I haven't been practicing my singing consistently. So I do want to build that, and you guys will see that in this vlog, in this channel. And hopefully once I finish an actual song, I can slowly just release it and use it as a background music for my vlogs and for my reels and everything. And yeah, hopefully one day. Billboard #1, baby, Billboard #1. So welcome to the instrument side. So this is, ow, I hit my leg. This is where I put my piano. As you can see, piano. So this piano is actually from Thailand. I actually bought this a long time ago. And funny story, I actually purchased this with my savings. So I went to Korea once, and this was during senior high school. And my Korean relatives were like, oh my god, okay, you know, this is tradition, so we're gonna give you money. So each relative gave me like, I think, I forgot how much it was, but I accumulated like enough money from all the different relatives that I saved up to purchase this piano. And weirdly, it's still with me today, so. Oh fuck. Fun fact, I actually began my journey with music as a pianist. Okay, I'm not a pianist, but my parents sent me to piano lessons when I was young, you know, truly Asian of them. And so I developed this weird attraction to music, especially because they also made me watch Little Einstein. I don't know if you guys know that, or I don't know if you guys even are old enough to know that, but Little Einstein is a children's show that was really all about music, and I just fucking love that show. That show was peak, bro. So yeah, in a sense, I built that artistic music side in me ever since and until now. It resulted in all of this, so. And of course, beside the piano is my electric guitar. So, as I don't know if you guys recognize this, but I did showcase this in an old vlog or an old video. So this is a Fender Squier.
I still don't know how the Fender lawsuit is going. I really hate what Fender has done. If you guys didn't know, Fender launched a lawsuit basically copyrighting the Stratocaster design. Like, that's crazy. How can you copyright a Strat design? Like, literally, there's a whole video argument about this, and I really just hate what Fender has done. So if they continue on this route, I might not support them anymore, but at the same time, I'm not at that point where I can just buy a new guitar, so I'm stuck with this thing. So yeah, all I have to do is pick it up from this over here, and then I just have to go to the couch, and then I just play and jam. So yeah. That's what musicians call it, right? You know, you jam.
This is totally not my second take, and this is totally not me being frustrated because the microphone wasn't plugged in. Welcome to my room. Hi, yes, you heard me right. This is my room. Yeah, you know, a place where you sleep and a place where I dream of dreams. This is my room. So welcome to my room. This is where I pretty much do my studying. This is where I do my sleeping or anything in between. This is also where I do my watercolor and my journaling, which I will get through later. Although one thing I do want to say is that I feel like my room is a bit incomplete. Like, the one thing I regret when building this room or making this room my room was making it way too black. Like, even though I do love having a bit of monochrome in my life and, you know, having things black and all that, I do feel like I'm now at a time in my life where I do want a bit of color, a bit of personality in my room rather than everything just being black. Like, I would like to have some color. So in a couple of hours, I'm actually gonna go out and buy a new chair for this room because that chair is actually killing my back. Not only that, I'm gonna buy myself a different colored chair just to add a bit of color and a bit of, you know, a bit of accent to the room. Now, can I just say, this room used to be so empty and used to be so like lifeless, but I'm so glad that throughout my time in this YouTube channel, throughout my time in, you know, my 20s and everything. Why am I saying like I'm old? I'm still 23. I'm so glad that during the time I was in this room, I was able to grow and to add more stuff, and I feel like I'm gonna be adding even more stuff. I do want to add some plants and everything, but literally there was only a bed, nothing else. No desk, the closet wasn't even fixed properly, there was no curtains, so we've come pretty much a long way. So this is pretty much where I do my studying or my script writing or anything that I can do on my MacBook. So, speaking of the desk, let's head straight into it. Haha, transition. Hi, I am so uncomfortable right now. So this is pretty much the desk that I have been using for, I've been using for pretty much my time, even back then when I was vlogging for the main channel. Yes, I used to vlog on the main channel. Do you believe that? Of course you do. This desk was from IKEA. I remember this was one of the first orders of IKEA that we ordered, me and my mom. She actually bought this for me, so thank you, Mom. I love you for this. This is a very sturdy desk, although it is showing its age, and I do really like the black color as well. And what's ironic is I had so many desk setups, but I ultimately landed in just having a simple MacBook and a simple iPad. Like, literally just a simple iPad for my studying, for my writing, for my work and everything. I pretty much do anything school related, you know, admin related on this MacBook right here. So a while ago I did mention watercolor. Yes, I am now into watercoloring now. These days I've been more into like the artistic stuff because I do want to cultivate that side of me even more. I think you pretty much noticed with the studio tour, even more so I am really into watercolor now. Not because I just wanted to get into it, you know, just to, you know, look more interesting. Ever since I was young, I always loved sketching. I never loved coloring though, that's the problem. So like acrylic, watercolor, everything else that involved color, I really hated it. And so I never really gotten into it, but recently I decided, you know what, because I am getting into art, because I want to be more intentional with my art pieces, I want to get better at the craft of art, I do want to get into it. So I think of it more like an expression in any sense, because watercolor is such a messy art style. And so, you know, having a sense of, okay, even if it's messy, there is beauty in the chaos type shit. I do feel like that is the way to go. So I do have a watercolor journal. I always keep this on my desk. It is like a medium-sized watercolor. It's perfect for travel and everything. And I also have my watercolor set. So this is my watercolor set. I think this is Koi. I bought this from an art store.
So it's pretty much like a travel watercolor set, as you can see over there. And it even has a brush that comes with it. As you can see, I've used it for quite a while now. Every time I go out, I always bring this and I always try to paint stuff like food or whatever I see. This one was when I hung out with my friends. We went to a Chinese restaurant. And so as you can see, I would put notes on it as well. A lot of my drawings are not your typical watercolor, like really great watercolor drawings, but I do feel like because it's from me, having a more intentional, slow-paced hobby like this not only helps me relax, but it also helps me, you know, keep that mindset of improving your craftsmanship in art and, you know, having that acceptance that, you know, not having everything perfect is fine.
Hello, welcome to the forbidden zone, the forbidden area of this house. Welcome to the attic. I rarely film here. Film hill. What is happening to my talking? I rarely film here because number one, it is dusty. It is more of a storage area. And number two, even though yes, my home gym is now here, I don't really do home gym anymore. I will explain in a bit. But welcome, welcome, welcome. I have no idea how I brought all of this upstairs, especially because the attic entrance is like the worst entrance ever. It's like a literal vertical staircase. And not only that, I remember ordering these online, and then I remember the delivery driver, he was like,
"Sir, what the fuck is this? It's so fucking heavy." I'm like,
dumbbell. A long time ago, short context, I have a fitness tracker app, and at one point, for some reason, I decided to make it public. I wanted you guys to follow me, so some of you guys did follow me on that app, and one of you guys, I don't know if you're watching this, but at that time I used to do a lot of reps, right? So I had 20-pound kilograms and I did like 20 reps, right? The guy said focus less on the reps and focus more on the weight, and then I was so offended by that. I was like, because the way he commented was like, dude, why are you like stuck at 20 pounds, right? And I was like, bro, 20, give me a break. 20 pounds is good. Looking back at it, like 20 pounds is not that, huh? So yeah, I only started making progress when I actually started, you know, actually overloading on weight. So yeah, that is how I ended up procuring even heavier dumbbells. Alright, so why the heck did I stop going and why did I opt for a gym if I had all the weights here, I had the bench here, I had everything? The thing is, when you want to make progression in gym, if you want to make progress in your body, you will really need progressive overload. And I'm telling you, 50 pounds, do you think that might be heavy? That's not that heavy in the long run, especially with the goals I have of really having a muscular body. 50 pound, you get past that pretty fast. So, and another thing is I also wanted access to certain machines, certain stuff in the gym that I don't have at home. Like I can't really do back muscles that well here. So that's why I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go to a gym. And holy crap, after applying those principles to the gym, I've made so much progress. Like holy crap, my progress in the gym within like 2 months of working out was like more than the 2 years of me working out with these dumbbells. So get a freaking gym membership. But yeah, other than that, yeah, that's pretty much the entire home gym setup. So we have dumbbells and literally a bench. That's it. As you can see, there's like a lot of boxes as well here. This is really just for storage. Although we do plan on making this like a whole home cinema thing, so that whenever I do invite my friends, or if I do invite people, or if not, we watch a movie, family time together, you know, we can do it here. I don't know why my mind blanked at that time. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you enjoyed a bit of a more intimate showcase of my life and my journey as a person, and hopefully you guys can stick around. Definitely, I'm going to be adding more stuff, like more plants, more stuff. More plants. So I hope you guys can follow me on that journey. Anyway, it's getting late. I'm probably gonna go and work on some stuff now. Anyway, see you in the next vlog. Billboard number 1!